Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, does not cost anything to subscribe. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. So we start with a Four of Swords. I feel like you're someone who, you're someone that can handle stress pretty well, you know. You don't like stress, you don't like conflict, you don't like arguments, but you're very good at sort of settling that energy back down. You're very good at, like, don't take this the wrong way, you're very good at telling people what to do. Okay, I think you're very. People come to you for advice. People want your opinion. People want to be told what to do. You know, so I think you're able to take stressful situations and stabilize them. Okay, maybe you do this for a living. Maybe it's just friends and family that sort of rely on you for this. Okay, I feel like you're somebody that when there's something hectic, something major, something stressful going on, I feel like you're the one that can come in and sort of reassure everybody, calm everybody down, find the right plan, and sort of make everything okay. You know, maybe you're the voice of reason for a lot of people in your life. Let's put this card into a little bit of context, and let's see what is going on here. We got that devil energy. We've got the lust or strength card. We have an Eight of Wands. See, there's that hectic energy. Eight of Wands. We got the Death card. A lot of good major arcana. Look at that. And we've got a Prince of Cups. Okay. I feel like what's going on here is that you're taking your energy in a particular direction toward a particular goal. I think you have a lot of ambition. You have a lot of endurance. Okay, you're sort of. It almost feels like you're in the middle portion of something. You know, that it's not really the big rush of the beginning is over, and now we're starting to settle into the steady flow of energy. The sort of the very long middle portion, right? It's not the takeoff and it's not the landing. It's the consistency in between, right? I think that's where we're at right now. Let's do the rest of our cards. We have a Seven of Cups. We have, okay, we got a Knight of Cups here. You've got the World, or Universe, and you got the Two of Pentacles. I feel like there's a particular rush at the beginning of something. You know, there's just a charge. There's a real influx of creative energy, of motivation, of willpower, of enthusiasm, of zest and zeal. It's like a lightning bolt. It's like the fireworks are happening, right? But then as that settles down, we're left with just the reality of, like, I've got to actually do the thing. I've got to actually climb the mountain. You know, let's select our mystery card and then we'll get into everything. This is the random card from, oh dear. Look at that. We've got the Strength card. We've got the Lovers. We've got a Seven of Pentacles and a Knight of Swords. No mystery there, right? Here is the mystery card with Alien Simon Mork Ripley. This one we're not going to look at till the end. Okay, these we'll take a look at in just a moment. Some volunteers, right? Some volunteers. If you have a prediction for the mystery card, put it in the comments down below. Okay. Looking around the room here, we have obviously major arcana. You've got a couple of majors over here, too. We have the Strength card being sort of reinforced. And then we've got, of course, our Lover's card at the very top. Now you have a Knight of Swords to go with our Knight of Cups, right? But you've got also the Seven of Pentacles to go with the Seven of Cups. And I see a real theme here. Basically, what's going on is at the beginning of an endeavor, okay, at the beginning of this road that you're on, there is a surge of creative energy. The beginning of the path is exciting. It's fun. We're sort of we're curious. We're really fired up. We've got that cardinal energy, right? The way we want to begin something with love and with curiosity, with desire, with passion, with enthusiasm, with motivation. Okay? But then once the initial rush of something settles down, once the beginning of the thing is over, and we're now in that long, drawn-out, difficult middle portion, we have to deal with really the sort of monotony of it. We have to deal with the 7 and the 7. We have to deal with the drudgery. Yeah, we're just really just kind of marching through the mud here. Okay? We're doing the 7 of Cups and 7 of Pentacles. We're doing this grueling work, and we're just, it's repetitive. It may be boring. It may require just a lot of discipline. It's not as exciting as it was in the beginning. You know? Really, it feels like the tools, the desire, the vision, the enthusiasm that we needed at the beginning, that was there. It was useful. It got us to this middle period where we're just sort of cruising, where we're at our cruising altitude, right? But it was requiring a different set of skills. Okay? It's requiring just repetition, monotony, consistency, perseverance, endurance, tenacity, right? Not the rush, the burst of excitement and creativity and the zeal and the enthusiasm of the beginning, right? Those tools they've served their purpose. Now we need a different skill set to continue the long haul. But what's going on here is that this middle portion, is as difficult as it feels, as committed as we are to it. We got the Lover's card. This is absolutely your purpose in life, whatever you're doing, whether it's a business, whether it's a relationship, any kind of endeavor, whatever mountain you're climbing, okay? It's becoming repetitive. It's becoming kind of boring. We're starting to feel the aches and pains of it. The reality is setting in, okay? But we have a Knight of Swords and a Knight of Cups, which is kind of like the Knights are those cardinal energies again. It's kind of like we're being tempted, perhaps. And even this Devil card, right? Capricorn, it's a cardinal card too. The cardinal sign, I don't know if you follow astrology, but the cardinal signs, right? Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, okay? The cardinal signs, all right, are the beginning of the energy, where they're coming, Libra, where they're coming into play. It's that quick burst of energy that gets something rolling. But then the fixed signs, the Leo energies, right? The Death card, the Scorpio energy, the fixed signs. This also is a Scorpio. Scorpio and Leo energies, very strong in your reading right now. They're very consistent. They're doing the grinding, monotonous work to really get things done. And then you've got the mutable signs, which finish things up, which tie up the loose ends, wrap it with the bow, they do the finishing touches, and they sort of bring closure to things. And then the cycle starts again, and you got your cardinal sign again. Cardinal, fixed, mutable. Cardinal, fixed, mutable. Right? So when we're feeling the grueling monotony and the drudgery of the work, we start to kind of get tempted by the beginnings, by these cardinal signs, right? And that's what you've got. You've got Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn. Okay? That is trying to be balanced out by your Scorpio, Leo, and Leo. Okay? So I feel like you're going to stay consistent, even though we're tempted to chase that feeling again of beginning something new. So once things start to get kind of boring, there's that part of us that says, I want that rush of the beginning again. I want to go back to the excitement, the zeal, the desire, the love, the motivation and enthusiasm. So we start looking to just start something else. Well, once it starts to get boring, I want something that's going to give me that rush of energy again. Okay? I know it's a complicated way. There's a lot of cards on the table here. But I think you get the idea. It's a matter of being consistent now. This is that Eight of Wands, the initial burst of energy. And once the thing bursts, like it's the taking off of the airplane. It's exciting. It is, here we go, we're going on our trip, and the plane takes off. But then that excitement kind of calms down. We settle in for the long journey. We settle in with that Four of Swords, and we realize it's going to be a long trip. It's going to be kind of boring, right? But what was really exciting was that taking off. Oh, that was fun. Okay. And in life, if this is a business for you, or if this is a relationship or a career choice or anything at all, we start thinking, gosh, that's the part I really like. And yeah, most of us really like that part, the beginning of something, right? Where we're in that sort of the Princess of Wands, the Princess of Cups, where it's just all the potential is still here. That excitement, that desire is fresh. Yeah. But you're in it. You're in that middle period where we're trying to resist the temptations to quit, to give up, to go find something more fun, to go to something that's going to give us that rush of energy again. It's a different skill set that's being asked of you on your path right now. The skills at the beginning, how you started something, the cardinal energy now is done. Now we need that fixed energy. Now we need the strength, the courage. We need the endurance. You have Leo energy here. You have Scorpio energy here, the fixed fire and fixed water energies. You've got to stay committed and consistent. You've got to stay strong. This is where it really matters. This is where your efforts really, really count. This is what really makes or breaks it for you, is this current period of time. Okay? No telling how long it's going to last. I think that's a concern for you too, because of this universe card and the position of what you don't want. Okay? And I know we've got a lot of cards on the table. Okay. The Lover's card can stay up there. The Death card is you knowing that progress is made slowly and steadily over time. Progress is not made by these very energetic and enthusiastic starts, right? Because then we would just go chasing those. Success, progress, whatever your goals are in life, are a result of the long, boring middle. The slow and consistent transformation over the course of time. And that's what the Death card is. Slow and steady progress. Not in a hurry. Consistent. The way the rushing water consistently over time will carve out a Grand Canyon in the landscape. So these energetic bursts feel good. It's the fireworks at the beginning. It's the big party as we're about to set sail. But the real progress is made in the long, boring journey, in between the beginning and the end, right? And it's tempting to just want to chase these beginnings, these bursts of energy. And that's why I said Spirit's saying that it's a different skill set that's being required of you to consistently push through this, right? So you know that it's necessary to stick with it, to get through this sort of boring, monotonous, drudgery, so that you can achieve what you're trying to achieve. You know that, right? Down here, it's a lot. It's one thing to know that it's true, and to have that realization that, yes, I know progress is made slowly over time. It's another thing to really just be in there and to force ourselves to do it and to stay put and to keep putting in this effort. It takes a lot of self-control. We had 1 strength card. We got 2 strength cards. It's going to be like double the strength. It's going to take twice as much effort for you to stay the course than it would be for you to just abandon this course and start something new where you can go back to those old skills that were more fun to employ. Okay. This is taking twice as much effort for you to stay the course. But that's what we see you doing with the Prince of Cups in this future position. This is the other Scorpio card. This is fixed water energy. So it's a fixed sign, fixed sign, fixed sign. And of course, this is that cardinal sign. It's tempting, right? It's tempting to want to go back and just change course. That's why we got a 2 of Pentacles up here. Because if we do not get a handle on this, if this remains under the surface, if your strength remains underground, right, then I think we're going to end up abandoning our course and changing to a course that's going to be, it's going to give us that rush of the beginning again. It's going to put us in that cardinal energy. But you have the ability to persist. And I think it's really because of that Lover's card too. The Lover's card is a sense of purpose. The Lover's card is a promise that you made. The Lover's card says that you're making a choice to say yes, to say 1,000% yes to something. It doesn't mean it's romantic. Put your pitchforks away, but it could. It could be. You said yes to this. In sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer, good times and bad, for the fun times and the not so fun times, for the boring times and the exciting times. I think you're moving into the boring time. But you've committed to this. And you know that it's the boring time, the repetitive, monotonous, day-to-day grind that's you're going to gain the most ground. This is where all the progress is made. Okay. This is where greatness is built. All right. You said yes, and I think this is why you're not going back on your commitment, your devotion. Okay. Now, Path of the Serpent. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything. Your general energy, of course, is the 7 and the 7. We know we can do it. We're going to do it. Even though I don't like it, I'll do it. This isn't the most fun part of the trip, but I know that this is the most important part. This is where we're going to cover the most ground. Eventually, our plane will come in for a landing and we'll be wherever we've set out, whatever destination we had in mind. And that'll be exciting too, the landing, And it's kind of like the landing might even be more fun than the takeoff. But to get to the landing, you gotta go through that middle period of just, I'm going to sit and watch the in-flight movie, I'm going to eat the bag of peanuts or something, or what am I going to do? I'll read a book. It's day and the minutes pass like hours with this. It feels like every step is a step through a swamp. And we just feel like our feet are just like lead boots, and it's difficult. It takes twice as much strength for you to get through this. I think the reward will be well worth the struggle. Okay. But this is what you're feeling now. It makes sense to me. And the next card, of course, in the environment are these cardinal signs. It's tempting for you to just say, you know what, screw it, I'm going to do something else. We're tempted to see a better path anywhere else, right? The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords, the heart and mind, looking for excitement, the human heart, the human mind, right? In the cardinal energy, looking to start something. I like to use those skills. I like how it feels. I like the energy I have. I like the work at the very beginning. It's the most fun. It's the most engaging. It's the most rewarding. It's all these things, right? So this is us kind of the heart and mind really entertaining the idea of going in a different direction, doing something differently, doing something else, jumping into something else that we're sort of being tempted by. Rather than saying, no, I'm staying the course. This is where it's at. This is, because then all the progress we've made up till now is not going to amount to anything. And that's the thing with the cardinal energy. if that's the only skill we have, it's going to be a big burst of effort and then like fireworks, going to fizzle out. Nothing will get accomplished. To accomplish your goals, you need the cardinal energy, the fixed energy, and the mutable energy. You need the takeoff, the trip itself, and the landing. And we got to stick the landing, right? We don't want to abandon the work because, well, that initial burst of energy is gone, and I want to go use it again. I want to go find it again. Of course, that is the part we really like. So it makes sense that the heart and mind are tempted to just seek this out. But this is a big burst and then a fizzle. Okay? So we're resisting that. Even though it feels like it's taking a long time, it is worth it. Perhaps there is a lot of distance to travel, a lot of ground to cover. The world or universe card in the position of the obstacle. Are you on top of the world, or is the world on top of you? Are you going to achieve your goals, or are you going to feel like we are drifting in outer space, lost in space, right? Without a compass. I guess a compass wouldn't work in space anyway, would it? Without any sense of direction, without a star by which to navigate. It may take a while. This is a card of patience. This is a card of saying there may be a delay. It may feel like, oh God, here I am on this journey, but there's roadblocks, there's speed bumps, there's obstacles, there's stop signs, there's red lights. You know? And so all of these little things that just make you feel more and more bored, more and more like eager to just do something else. You know, it's kind of like you're stuck at the railroad crossing and there's a train going by. And the more we sit there, the antsier we get, we start getting the jazz hands. And we just think, I'm going to go down this road over here and I'm going to just take a different route. Well, we've just lost all the progress that we've made. We've been sitting there waiting for the train for already a couple minutes at least, right? All that time's wasted. All that time we could have been, if we would have stayed there, we probably would already be across the track. But no, because we just have this desire to drive the car, that I can't just sit it and put it in park, maybe turn the engine off, wait for the train to go by. I've got an eagerness. I've got this cardinal energy. I like using the skill set of driving the car, stepping on the gas and going, right? Rather than doing this long, boring middle portion, which may just feel like a lot of waiting. Feels like I do the same thing over and over again, and I'm waiting for something to happen. I'm waiting for the journey to finally come to a nice, smooth landing. Okay. The Two of Pentacles is saying that, look, if we were to change course right now, nothing would be different. We would just end up alternating back and forth. Around and around we go. It's a figure eight, right? Everything will loop back in on itself. It's not going to be any different any other direction. You may begin something else. Okay, now you got to start at the beginning again. Okay, well, that's fun, but eventually that beginning will be over. You'll be right back where you are now. But you would have lost all this progress that you would have made. It's not reasonable. It's an understandable feeling and urge and impulse, and it's human nature. We've got to stay the course. Okay? Let's look at the mystery card. I know this feels like it was a confusing reading, doesn't it? It feels like it was kind of all over the place, but I feel the message is very clear. We got a lot of these volunteer cards. But I think they really help to illustrate the point. Now, I want consistency with this. I want the Wheel of Fortune. I want the Empress. I want the Hermit. I want 9 or a 10 of Pentacles, 9 or a 10 of Cups. Or I want some representative of a fixed sign. So either another Strength card, another Death card, maybe the Star, right? The Star would be a good one. Or the Adjustment card. No, not the Adjustment card. That'd be Libra. We don't want that. That's cardinal, right? Well, let's see. Let's see what we have. Another 7. Another 7 of Cups. Boy, the grass sure does look greener on the other side, doesn't it? But I think this is important, too, to see that in this monotony, in this grueling repetition of this phase of your work, It may seem like there's another path that's going to bring you more excitement and more fun, and yeah, it probably would for a moment, where you can use that skill set that we all like, that cardinal energy. Okay? But you're able to see that, nope, that's a false path. That is a distraction from what is really, really important. Okay? We can see that the glorified Seven of Cups here, if we really look at it, it's this. It's just it's more of the same. It's not going to be any better chasing down any of these other pathways. Okay? So a lot of sevens here, right? But I feel like the sevens are important too because they indicate that there's a confidence that I can see through this illusion. I can see through this feeling of mine. I can see through this heart and mind stuff. You have a clarity about you that says you're not going to fall for this. You're tempted by it. We're wrestling with it. We're struggling with it. It takes double the strength to stay on course, but you know the value of doing what you're doing and staying on course. Yeah. You know the value of it. Anyway, let's do an extended reading. We're going to do an Jing reading. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Virgo, usually on Tuesdays and Saturdays. This was a bonus reading. I feel like we needed to talk about this. All right. Be sure to watch both of your other readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.